Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. I had a lot of fun doing a theme last month for Halloween, so I thought that I would do that again for this month. So, for this month of November, we will be cooking recipes to celebrate one of the most famous November holidays, Black Friday. What? Were you thinking I was going to make a bunch of Thanksgiving recipes? Well, that was the original plan, but I thought of a more unique idea. There's a lot of weird and specialized kitchen equipment that you may not be willing to spend full price on. But when Black Friday rolls around, this will be the perfect time to buy them. But what's this? You don't know what to buy? Well, then join me this #NotSpawnNovember to take a look at 4 kitchen equipment that you probably don't have, but will probably need after watching these videos. So, for our first recipe, we will be making some cornbread, a simple recipe to start your cast iron skillet journey. This recipe requires just 3 ingredients: 2 packages of JIFFY corn muffin mix. You could make your own mix, but this mix is so cheap and great that there's not really a reason to. But if you want to, just mix some cornmeal, flour, baking powder, and salt together.
You will also need 2 eggs and 2/3 cup of milk.
And of course, you will need a cast iron skillet. The brand that I went with is Victoria, but another good brand is Lodge. I went with Victoria since it has a slightly longer handle, which is always handy, especially when dealing with cast iron skillets, but both are very good.
I also got this silicone handle, which is helpful for not burning your hands.
In terms of prep, first preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. If this is your first time using your cast iron skillet, wash it with some warm water and some mild soap. Yes, you can clean with soap. Just make sure it's not too abrasive and your cast iron skillet should be fine. Then, make sure to dry your skillet completely, as any leftover water will cause it to rust, which will ruin the coating. Since we will be cooking with it right away, once your pan is dry, place it in the oven to let it preheat with the oven. While we wait, we'll make the cornbread mixture. In a mixing bowl, place both packages of your cornbread mix. Not sure why there were 2 different forms of packaging, but either version should work. Then crack a couple of eggs and pour in the milk, and mix it all together. Stirring develops gluten, which is essential to trap in bubbles for most yeast breads, and to give it a bit of a chew. But this isn't something that you want in a typical quick bread, such as cornbread, so just mix it until it's all combined. When that's ready, the oven should be done preheating. Then, grab your cast iron skillet out from the oven, but be careful. The pan will be hot, so don't grab it with your bare hands. Instead, use a handy silicone handle or a towel so you don't burn your hands. Place your pan on a pot holder, and before pouring your batter in, first, grease your pan by rubbing some butter on it. The pan should be hot enough that the butter will melt on contact. Make sure to grease the entire pan, including the sides. Then pour in the batter, making sure it spreads out evenly. Once that's ready, place the pan into the oven and let it bake for 15 to 20 minutes until it's golden brown. Take it out of the oven and let it rest for a few minutes. Another way to check if the cornbread is done is to put a toothpick in it. If it comes out clean, it's definitely done. Then with that, your cornbread in a cast iron skillet is ready to devour. So with cornbread, it's not much of a meal on its own. However, it's very good with some honey. It also pairs well with steak, which you can use your newly bought cast iron skillet to cook. Speaking of which, cleaning and maintaining your pan is really easy. When you're done cooking, let your pan cool so that you can handle it with your hands. But while it's still warm, rinse it with hot water and some soap to clean your pan. You can use a sponge to scrape off stuck-on pieces, but don't use a still wool sponge unless you're going to reseason the pan. If your pan has cooled, you can also simmer some water on low-medium heat for a couple of minutes to soften the bits in order to scrape them off. Once your pan is clean, make sure to completely dry your pan with a lint-free towel. Never air dry your cast iron pan or it will rust. Then, before storing your pan away, rub a thin layer of high smoke point oil all on the inside and rim of the pan. You don't really need that much. Just use a little drop on a paper towel and rub that around. Try to use a lint-free towel so that it doesn't leave little paper pieces that you have to remove. Once your pan is coated completely, store it in a cool, dry place and it should be ready to go for the next time you cook. If you properly maintain this kitchen equipment, your pan should last for many years to come. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if there's anything you want me to make next. Like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel. And before pouring your batter in,